style over substance. Attitude is everything. Live on the edge. Act in accordance with your code. These are the only 3 rules that guide our future. A future inspired by the work of Hosan Gonzalez, bound by Mike Pondsmith's cyberpunk law, and defined by those willing to take a stand, to fight. Now let's meet.
Some results from a search.
Thanks. The machine is listening to your every word.
It's scary.
What just happened there? Before they catch on to us and break down our doors, let's meet those willing few. Those of the renowned Mortal Code.
I am Enzer, and I play Tink, a crazy old guy. I happen to be a techie, so I fix up meat and metal. I'd say I've earned my place on the team now. I'm the newest member, but now I'm pretty much a figurehead, if you know what I mean. Anyway, I like to explode things as well, blow them up. And that's me.
And blow yourself up.
Love that.
You say you're Tinker Tank.
Oh, right, sorry. I'm Battle Tank. Now.
Amnesia Tink.
I'm Luna, and I play Netra, who is a netrunner / streamer, and is also a member of the Mortal Code. And I wear a headset that's outfitted with cameras that allows me to hack into tech, as well as stream an encrypted POV video to the deep stream, which in reality is the stream that you are watching right now. And you, as the viewer, can interact with our game tonight by typing your ideas in our chat. What?
You know what?
So I read my intro every time. It's fine.
I'm pretty sure we have a member of the machine with us.
I might be a robot.
It's been programmed.
If we come to a forked hallway and you think we should go left.
What comes next?
Or maybe you think we should murder an NPC. You can put it in our chat. And I will either roleplay it or relay it to the group. What about that? I finished with my mind, not by reading.
That's pretty meta, because you'll read it as well.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Remy the Everything. I play Estrella Magnetar, Nomad. I drive most everything, and that's about it. I have guns.
All right. As for announcements, we don't have much. I'm wearing this headset to both immerse you and accentuate my own DMing abilities. Most everybody in Hosan Gonzalez's depiction of his cyberpunk world is wearing a headset or taking drugs, both with the goal of distracting yourself, submitting yourself to pleasures. The pleasure machine, some would say. And that's what I'm doing right now. Anyway, just kidding. So my headset has different panels on it that help me DM. Primary notes, the stream over to my left. Ancillary notes and tools to roll, take notes, so on and so forth, to my right. And what else? Is there anything else we should announce?
I'm definitely the coolest member of this group.
When last we left the punks
Tank is pregnant.
of the more congratulations. Is it a boy or girl, or are you waiting until they're 18 and they tell you?
It's a robot. Oh, or grenade. That makes sense.
I would still wait just in case until they're 18 and they tell you they're
diarrhea, baby.
When last we left the punks of the Mortal Code, before heading out to breach Robo City 16, they had taken a day off with Edena in an effort to provide a true escape to a world unknown. The machine contributed to the effort and dumped the code with Edena inside of the old fantasy-themed simulation, the Dragon's Tail Festival. They ate great food, played grand games, won the Sword of Justice and the Shield of Truth, and proceeded to slay the evil dragon plaguing the festival, with an epic conclusion to a... Wait, what? I'm reading something right now. With an epic conclusion to a time away from troubles. Wow, that's a dumb sentence. Who wrote that? Who wrote that?
He's fired.
Take him out. Okay, so with an epic conclusion to a time away from troubles, the Mortal Code arrived back in New Samarkand and prepared for their journey back to where it all began. We pick up now in the Shepherd's newly constructed private chambers behind the Capitol building, talking through the next steps of sitting Edena upon the Source Throne in Robo City 16. You are all collected around the numerous different monitors, most of them still flickering and off. New temporary renovations, just to make things functional and up and running, have taken place with... Even my headset is listening right now. They just want to hear what I have to say. Hopefully the audience does too. Anyway, so you guys are...
Spies. They know we're about to destroy them.
I mean, yeah. You guys are with Adelon, Edena, and the Shepherd. The rest of you all, the Mortal Code is present, and you can see that even the Shepherd's avatar, his sort of dark-skinned, bald-headed form, vibrant green eyes, is being worked on right now, repaired. You can see large amounts of damage, but they're still talking to you all the same, sort of affixed in their hibernation bay, their medical bay, and whatever tends to their avatar's physical needs and structure. And he effectively is saying, so what next? I see that you have two clear options in front of you and anything in between that you have to suggest on the matters. One is a head-on assault with the Wings of Liberty here. Switches on to private comms. As you can see through cracks in the ceiling, the Wings of Liberty just hovering above, glowing green eyes, staring off into the distance. Switches on to private comms and says, "Still don't trust them, by the way. Be very wary." Goes back to normal comms and says, "Frontal assault onto Robo City 16. Either way, you're going to have to organize the disparate forces throughout Robo City 16 and galvanize them to this cause. There's a frontal assault where I imagine your presence will be a morale boost. Psy on the inside of the city and you all on the outside converging together. With the Wings of Liberty, the machine themselves in tow. Quite a grand story to tell. Something the wording Willow would, we might think to include. Then there's the option for taking the Horizon Gate. Now this is ideally a back entrance that neither the forces of Robo City 16 or even your own forces know about. You'll find this by taking the mag rail. It should lead you straight to the base of the mega shelter in the center of the Radstorm, where the gate will be waiting for you. I've already sent instructions on how to operate it your way. So, do you have any initial thoughts? The way I figure, as timelines are lining up, you have pretty much until you pass through the middle of the Radstorm to set your forces in place.
I got some ideas. Estrella, you wanted to go see those, that AI couple back there, didn't you?
Yes.
And, well, probably more where that battle went down,
Yes.
where you lost some family members. I think that's a good idea.
Well, thank you. I would appreciate that if we went there. That'd be, it would just be great to go there.
We've heard stories of the Quasars here in New Samarkand. If there are any left, I can only imagine how much of an asset they would be in the trial to come, the war. And if you can think of any other resources you might have run into on the way to New Samarkand, we need to pull out all of the stops. This, more than anything in your entire lives, is the most monumental time.
Well, they are AI. Never really worked with AI outside yourself, to be honest. Got any ideas how they might help us? Obviously, we'll ask them and talk about it, but maybe we could get them some of those hot mechanized bodies that Hakita works with. Maybe put them in the Wings of Liberty. I don't know. I'm new to this.
Administrator AIs are quite capable. They can handle a very vast sum of data all at once. They can control entire city networks, much like myself. We share similar coding. Once upon a time, the rival corporations stole the data that we ultimately used to make the machine and myself. So they could be very, very big boons, resources, though depending on their mental capacity, on their processing, and they could be going rampant as well at this state. It's sort of the toss of a coin. After many, many years of not being able to fulfill your duties and originally intended services, AIs can descend into a string of chaotic decisions.
Any way to fix that?
Cut the power.
Oh dear. Well, I guess we'll get to that when we get there.
There was this this beautiful horse that we passed on the way here. Does anybody know anything about that? Is that something we can ride?
Giant unicorn?
The Pegasus that was in the or was it a bird?
Yeah. And she's just excited literally about the horse Pegasus unicorn thing that you guys encountered. You don't have to take it seriously as a hint at something valuable.
We left a bunch of cells in there though, so I mean, there's more. We only took half of them out. Well, I mean, that would just be money.
Everything all right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'll get Edena whatever she wants.
Where is this horse located? What is she talking about?
In a deep chasm. There's a desert.
Really far away from here.
On the way here?
On the other side of that rat storm.
If you can give me the coordinates, I might be able to plot a course for the closest magrail system. There's no guarantee, though, seeing as how I have no idea where it actually is, and since it's in the rad storm, coordinating anything inside of there will be difficult.
I think I remember it being on, it was outside Rat Storm.
No, it's definitely inside the rad storm.
Oh. Whoops. Okay, well, I honestly don't know how to, mechanically do this, but obviously I don't remember where it is as a player, so any of you guys want to give him the coordinates?
I saved its location.
How convenient.
I beamed the location over to everybody.
No, nope, no.
Why wouldn't I save a
Give
giant
me
unicorn in the desert?
I mean, I don't remember you being particularly involved in that excursion.
I think I'm getting it. Am I getting it confused with something? Isn't it the one with the horn and we had to do something and then it was lighting up more and more up to the
Yeah.
I thought I did do a lot with that.
if you remember, your entire sort of electric system was malfunctioning the majority of the time inside of the rad storm. It was like making everything go haywire. So I would say give me a tech plus
Can I like
basic
look
tech.
on maybe like an equivalent of like Google Maps and then be like, I think it was somewhere around here.
As the equivalent of like a memory check, give me actually an intelligence plus concentration.
To be honest, like I as
17.
at the time,
It'd be very
Tank
hard.
would be able to give you a general area of where it was.
He saved the geolocation.
Okay, wait. So why is that?
Well, because I remember if it was in the rad storm, it was in the beginning
Of Tink's time there?
of the rad storm. Like as we traveled through it. Does the rad storm move? I mean, like obviously it's swirling around, lightning. Storm,
It
but-
moves a little bit.
Okay.
The
Is it- it's not like
epicenter
sand
is sort of
dunes?
like no. It's pretty much centered around one point that it's always sort of shifting around.
Okay.
But not like the rad storm. If you're looking at it from like a global perspective, you could always just put a finger at the same spot and say that's the rad storm. It's not like shifting drastically.
Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, I can roll then. Leave it up to crazy old guy's memory.
Then yeah, give me a will plus concentration.
Wow. Same score. 17.
With both of you getting the same score, I'll allow you guys to look at each other, both raise an eyebrow and squint, and one of you can roll one more time.
Wasn't it, just after...
What? What are you looking at?
What do you have? No, I'll roll.
We have literally the same score.
Intelligence plus concentration?
No, I thought I said will plus concentration.
I thought you said intelligence.
I told her intelligence plus concentration
Oh, I see. Yeah.
because she was like using her technical ability, I guess.
Oh, that's
Just
fine.
trying to remember.
I'm just giving you a hard time. Roll them dice.
Rolled MDs.
20.
Nice.
Okay, you have a general idea in terms of like, let's say, 45 degree sections of a pie chart. You know roughly the 45-degree section that it would be in.
Perfect.
That's all we need.
45-degree section of a 200-mile wide. So
Way more than 200 miles. It's 20. I think it's
2,000.
2,200 kilometers.
Oh wow, yeah. So yeah, that's a huge little 40.
Exactly. And so the shepherd says, "Okay, well, that is still a lot to go on. I will add a navigational beacon to where one of the mag rails could lead closest to that area, or at least intersect it."
Is there like a topography map?
Yeah,
Because like I feel
before
like
the
I
storm.
would know, because it's like I wrote down that like we hit the wall of the rad storm, and then like not far in, we hit a seam of a wide canyon, and there was a cone sticking out of the seam. And then I think shortly after that, I wrote down that we were the whole storm is 1,000 kilometers, and we're 300 kilometers in. So it's like the pie chart maybe is smaller now.
It might have been 2,200 kilometers to New Samarkand, but I definitely have 2,200 kilometers in my head. That's fine. So he effectively says like, oh, the piece of the pie chart, whatever that we're using here as an example, there is this canyon that intersects with it, and one of the mag rails passes underneath through that portion. And so I don't know how far in terms of straight line distance when you are in the canyon it is to the unicorn, of course, but now you at least have the data that would help you get there.
We still have a problem of maybe not being able to power it on.
Do we have one of those battery packs?
We
Still?
have so I wrote down, I know basically that we have 2 left, but what I'm asking is essentially we have 2 of the power cells found in this device, the horse thing we're all talking about, but might not be enough. And I know you guys got some pretty sweet technology here.
I wrote down that we acquired 4.
Yeah,
Is that right?
I gave one away.
So we need 2 more then?
They strapped another one onto the car. Or I think I fixed
So when
it
you
up.
guys went inside of the unicorn, there was like a large sum of them, and yeah, you guys had only just taken 4 because they were heavy. And
So
yeah, so I mean, Adeline goes, well, I'm pretty good with my hands. I mean, fixed you guys up more than a few times myself. Maybe your family, they're really good with machines, aren't they?
Did you not hear how they were, kind of massacred on the way here? So, yeah, it's not really.
I thought some of them might have survived.
Yeah, and then that means they're just in the rad storm with no cars, no cover, no nothing.
All right, I'm sorry, that was
probably injured.
insensitive of me.
But whatever.
Fuck, I'm
Doesn't-
stupid.
Doesn't really matter.
Maybe the AIs know. Me myself, I've heard some stories of flying beasts of metal in the sky, but I always thought that they were myths, and they came from the Citadel. A bunch of religious fanatics over there right now. I mean, we're religious too, but we won't kill you over it.
Adeline, do you have any connections to satellites that I can ping off of?
Oh man, I wish I was that important. No, I mean, no. No.
Shepard, what about you?
We have been my entire existence here in New Samarkand. Us as a society and a civilization have been more internally focused. More so working towards our own endeavors to terraform the nation of Sands, this hellscape you see before you. So we haven't been as focused on outside even happenings or technology. Sometimes we'll find travelers that will trade with nomads even, and that's where we'll get the majority of our information, but all connection to any technological communication or means to the outside world has been lost for at least 200 years.
Estrella? What about the car? Does it have a history of where we've been?
But I believe it has a GPS. The only thing that has a satellite.
Geo
The only
history?
thing that would have a satellite is where the AI is that launched that suit of armor towards us. I just have to get back in their range, and you could probably use theirs. But
What was the
maybe.
range on that? I don't remember.
The range on
like
The
we were
mom and pop.
it wasn't so much it was sort of a range, but it was more of a time of day that you'd be able to tap into their satellite, and you could communicate to anybody anywhere. And then there's another satellite, again, depending on the time of day, you'd be able to just laser beam from space something.
Well, yeah, we should head back there. Well, I say we just, based off the information we have, look at the mag rail stops and just make a call ourselves.
Yes, I think, based off of what you say of the married artificial intelligence that you've run into, reconvening, connecting with them may be your best bet to gain additional resources before assaulting the city. Again, you should know that the closer you get to Robo City 16 and the longer you wait, the more resources they will gather, the more difficult it'll be. So, whether above or below, as soon as you enter into the megastructure in the center of the Radstorm, be prepared to make your calls.
Okay.
You got it.
Do you have a covered trailer that we can hitch to the back of the vehicle? Like some sort of...
Yes.
Like a small one.
Though it,
Good thinking.
yes, we do.
They ain't gonna fit in the car.
Yes, we have quite a few options for you. I don't know how powerful your vehicle is, though it looks pretty state-of-the-art with a mix of post-apocalyptic ruin. Our solar wing sort of driven, why can't I think of the word? Not trailer, it's like the fully enclosed compartment.
A camper.
Yeah, sure. We have a camper for those weekends that New Samarkand denizens just feel
Aw.
like sleeping in sand.
Mom and Papa really
Or
don't
not
like
sleeping
it
in
there.
sand.
It's not a warehouse. I know what you're talking about. It's like a bay. Anyway.
We'll just say trailer. Yes, we have a few different sizes of trailers connected with solar wing, so it should be able to work with your vehicle. Again, the nature of this mission is more important than any small amount of payment we would receive from you, so take it free of charge. You've won the trust and faith of this city. And the will, even now in his state, is trying to rally his own supporters to provide you with some additional resources of the Dayin, engineers, some of our best minds to be additional assets for you when breaching the city.
Great. How, are they coming with us then? Getting in the trailer?
No, they would wait for word from you, direction before they leave. They're not, they trust you, but they're not going to be led by an outsider still. The Dayin would lead any and all of our forces outside of the city, along with the remainder of our seekers.
What about this guy? I'm going to point to Adelon.
He goes, and he's also speaking through this sort of filtered, a little bit more badass. His sleek helmet from the Dayin suit that he's wearing is the reason behind this filter. And he says, I mean, I was going to come with you guys. If you want me to lead the forces, I'd be more than happy to. But that's also a conversation with the knight. And I may have a suit of armor on, but I don't know if even I can withstand that right now.
Oh, I mean, I'm sorry. Sorry, I thought that you could lead them with us? And we all just travel together.
Again, I may be a Dayin now, but even that feels weird to say. I'm not originally from New Samarkand, so trusting almost any amount of outsider is not an assumption that we can make is easy for these people.
Jeez, guys.
So it's like they are a resource. Use them remotely. They're not going to travel with you in the very harsh, dangerous deserts of pretty much the world at large at this point. Outside of their own specific nation, like being led by you guys or even Adelon. Like they.
Okay, so We're gonna find out.
We
Or we're gonna figure
they
out.
will follow via the mag rail, when appropriate.
Gotcha. So, we're gonna get to where we last saw Estrella's family.
Should be simple.
We'll know. We'll have a plan by then, and we'll relay it. So, look out for our message soon.
All right, are you prepared? You have all of your resources. I've seen the orders you've put in. They've been delivered, and Bastion has been outfitted, repaired. The plating on the outside has been renewed. We've done our best with the time that we've had to outfit you all, as everything rests on you.
And we got everything except for drug bot.
Didn't you take a bunch of drugs? You have one bag o' drugs, is
But
what I have
not
written down.
drug bot.
At your wait a second. I'm having an identity crisis here.
Did we upgrade Vitolith so he can hold more? I can't remember if that actually happened.
We removed
Yes.
his ability to hold drugs.
So that he can hold more
Healing.
skin grafts or whatever.
In his upgrade, just looks like you taping another healing cartridge to the outside for him to just manually load in himself.
Perfect.
That was an option the whole time.
Drugbot Vitalist, just two articulating arms. Yeah. I am at your service. You can remember, you can also use one of the cartridges to repair armor. It has a synthetic and a organic, a biosynthetic and a like metallic synthetic or whatever material you guys have. Sci-fi magic. There's also gravity in space on your ship whenever you need it.
Nice.
If you make it up there.
Convenient. Well, then, yeah, I mean, I'm ready. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got everything. Got everything you need, yeah.
Use the restroom one more time. Get in the car.
New Samarkand doesn't have any restrooms, I'm
Ah.
afraid. We got rid of that
Let's
a long
go
time
to
ago.
an alley and pop squat.
I just dropped a deuce in the sewers over there.
Okay, so next steps. All of your 120 fire acid AP EMP rounds have been loaded in. 10 breaker beetles, the Vitalith upgrade, 8 cloctopuses, 3 monkey see monkey doos, the EMP antenna tank you have with you, and 10 grenades, and shrapnel.
Grapples.
Scrap metal for the bomb maker?
Scrap metal. There we go. I think that's what. Yeah.
For the 3D printer.
Yes. Okay. All that's been loaded into the truck, into Bastion, neatly around the exoskeleton from the family. And yeah,
So that is all in the trunk?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah. it's
Well,
been
the ammo's
for you.
loaded, but everything else is in the trunk.
Yeah.
And there's no room for a leopard. Even a small one.
I'm trying
Or-
to think of a
no,
detriment
no.
for you guys
I
because
will-
you won't be able to.
I will settle for a the monkey see, monkey do, but it looks like a cat. Do they come in other animals?
No, they're really tied to the monkey see, monkey do type.
Fine.
They're uncompromising. Cat see, cat do doesn't quite work.
I'll just get some furry fabric and sew a little cat suit for it while we're driving, because it's a long drive.
Of course. Cool. Okay. Edena will absolutely help you. She has made stuffed animals of her own.
Squirrels with laser beams. were those loaded in?
There, I mean, there's the car. There's the car, very much outfitted. The sort of stuffed mechanical car that Edena's been bringing with her everywhere, which is now outfitted with the familiar sort of flower petals, purple and blue of Tetra. And there's the J Bear and the Max Bunny as well. You can.
We got everything.
I would even say that they can even ride one of the monkey see, monkey do's if you wanted to. So just considering future roles here, give me a what would this be? Tech plus basic tech. Yeah, give me a tech plus basic tech to see how successfully you can turn a monkey into a cat.
Second amazing. 21.
Okay. I would say that you successfully, on your way, turn one of the monkey see, monkey do's into a cat. And yeah, any of the others, either Jay or Max, can ride it if you want. Try to affix any weapon to it to do that if you want to as well. But
I'm gonna
I'll
get
play
in my
with
seat.
Edena in the back seat with it, with the little stuffed animals, so like she knows.
okay, and yeah, she's like, as she gets in, she sort of reunites with all of them, starts playing with them again. And by playing with them, it's really just like you see them animating autonomously, dancing and playing on her lap. Max and Jay are fighting. I think Jay shivs Max. Max bites of some fluff off of Jay. Yeah, and the car just hangs out by Estrella.
How do we communicate with the Wings of Liberty?
There's just a channel you guys have.
Okay. Everybody's cool with this. I say we take the mag rail and give the coordinates of, I forget what that place was called, the downed ship. Give the coordinates of the downed ship to the Wings of Liberty, and we'll meet the Wings of Liberty there, since we're gonna be stopping, talking to the AI, and hopefully by the time we're done there, the Wings of Liberty will be close, and then we can embark again. Yeah.
We will rendezvous at the. Sorry, it needs to be more detached. This is not the shepherd. This is the machine speaking into your mind. We will rendezvous at my ancient enemy's space station. It shall be done.
I mean, the rival corporation's space station?
Yeah, it sounds way more aggressive than her last description.
The soft, detached voice is maybe more male than I am capable of providing. But the machine is inside of the Wings of Liberty and the mother, but the machine takes the lead on most communication.
Mm.
The Wings of Liberty seems to be mostly affectionate towards Edena, and that's mainly represented through body language.
Well, sounds like there might be something that might go down when we get there, but you know what?
Yeah.
Who doesn't love a good
Last
drama?
time they just said rival company product. Now they said enemy.
I'm so fascinated to learn more.
We defeated them once. We are not worried about doing it again. So you see the green
That's not what they
shift
told me.
lightly to red. Do you want them eradicated upon your arrival?
No. We're gonna talk to them and give them this nice trailer so that they can, have a way to get around. We'll bring them with us, maybe. They might be a helpful entity.
Boring.
They have satellite access, so I mean, they're useful for something.
We can teach them to be good.
That's ironic.
You can be their mortal code,
Exactly.
just like for me.
Fuck.
Isn't that right, Daddy?
Well,
Exactly.
Who is she calling Daddy?
The machine.
Oh, okay. I thought she was calling Tank Daddy.
I don't know if the machines are your dad, but okay.
But we are your mother.
Okay, we only gave you love. That's it.
Estrella, everybody deserves to love and reciprocate love to everybody around.
Yes, but you just met him.
Yeah, but I mean, a part of him is inside me. There's nothing I can
I
do
don't
about
want to
that.
hear that.
I
Don't talk
feel
about
it.
that. Yeah.
well, it's getting weird. How about we step on it, pedal to the metal? We'll see you guys there, right?
Yeah, and you just hear the large shifting machinery of the Wings of Liberty remove themselves once again from sort of anchoring to New Samarkand, and you see their large and even feel the reverberations of each step from the like 15 or more plus story tall Titan start running away from New Samarkand.
Well, that's our cue. I'm gonna buckle up.
Who's seated where?
I'm in the back seat with Edena.
I'm in this back. Oh no. You're in the back seat?
I mean, I can be in the passenger seat if you want. But I was playing with my cat and her stuffed animal.
Estrella, I got mixed signals. This is Adelon speaking through his armor. I got kind of mixed signals. Should I come with you guys, or?
Do what you will. I mean, you're your own man, aren't you? If you want to come with us, come with us. If you don't, then you can try and lead the forces.
Yeah,
if
what do you
to.
want?
Is this Adwan or the shepherd?
This is Adelon.
Oh.
I am the shepherd's seeker. It is my duty to go out in the world to represent him. And I'd be kicking myself later on if I wasn't present for, as the shepherd said, what could be the most momentous time that this world has seen.
Well, there's room in the trunk.
No, I've checked the trunk. I helped load in all of your supplies. There's no room in there. But there is a full seat in the back. I'm willing to take it.
Yeah, you
No,
can
no,
have
no.
it.
Take the front
I
seat.
can also fly next to you. Or on top.
No, get in the car. We're going into a rad store.
Yeah.
Just get in the front seat, passenger.
Just get in the front seat.
I'll be honest. I just want to use this gun here if there's an opportunity.
Okay.
Right? Like I can't do that if I'm in the passenger seat.
So I guess Tank and I
You may.
will
I mean, you
have-
can. The level of articulation of the.
It's like the thing in
It's
Star
like-
There's a bendy
It's
straw.
it's organic
Handle.
material. It's just like a shaft that just
Ew.
sort of like
An organic shaft that
an
we.
organic shaft that you grab.
Penetrating
and-
the vehicle.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I used to
Okay.
like that one movie.
Yeah.
Now I know how to do that.
All right.
Isn't they call it Lawnmower Man? No, that's not it.
Was that Lawnmower
Where they
Man?
had the crazy like bioelectric stuff, the game thing.
No.
What is
Oh
that?
God!
no.
Stop! Why did you bring that up?
Because that's what I'm picturing
It
now
took
as a
so
tube
long
thing.
to delete that from my
I
mind.
did successfully forget about
Yeah,
that
so did I.
fucking movie.
I didn't even know what you were talking
Yeah,
about.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Good.
Jude
Go
Law.
The one where the skin
Existence.
thing
That's
and
it.
it's
Existence.
Yeah,
Exist. God.
so gross.
If you guys want to see a disgusting Cronenberg vomit-inducing movie, watch Existence.
Then you know what we're talking about.
Anyway, I'm sorry. Can you help me get caught back up to where we
Yes.
were? 'Cause
So I
just
Adelon gets to the front
threw
seat.
myself mentally
I'm in
out
the
of
back
everything.
seats.
Okay.
I'll be on the left side
I'll be
with-
on the right.
and Edena in between us.
Yeah.
I think that's where we usually were.
How dare you, Rummy? How dare you?
What?
Wait, sorry, you're on the
Bring
right
that
side,
up.
Tink?
I'm on the left side. Netra's on the right.
Okay, get it out
Edena
of
in
my
the
head.
middle.
Couldn't help but think about it. I was like, oh my goodness.
Do it.
Okay. Pachow! Okay, so you guys pretty much the bastion is in the courtyard of the cradle's, sorry, the leopard's cradle. You guys can take off at any moment. You will be bombarded by fans from New Samarkand. People who are not only fans, but they also see you as an excuse to leave. As there's a bunch of, take me with you! I don't want to be here anymore! We're never gonna make this place work! Like,
Are you an engineer?
you saved my child!
Can you fix stuff? If you can fix cars, I'll hop on, but I'm gonna drop you off halfway there.
As you say that, about 5 people, followed by 5 more people go, I'm an engineer! No, I'm an engineer! I'm an engineer too! I'm so smart!
Can I say $50 a seat? We're leaving in 3 hours. If you're not there, we're leaving without you.
What's $1?
What are you doing?
But we're actually leaving in like 10 minutes.
Where do we meet you? And it's just like people with loads of bags with them and suitcases holding their like
anybody
child's hand.
Did
They're
anyone
super
try and
smart
pay?
too, top of their class. That's not true. I know it's a lie. My child shares the
Estrella,
same
get
class.
the hell out of here!
Slowly just go up towards the thing, just like waving by, like you're
I'm
nope,
flipping
denied,
down
denied,
my,
denied.
Thermal and IR optics, like they're sunglasses, and I'll raise my window as I don't even look at them. Punch it.
Thermal? Outside of the city is a solar flare of red light. You cannot distinguish any feature.
It's just to look cool.
It's okay. Okay. And so you guys...
I'll even close my eyes. That's how little fucks I give.
Okay. As you guys are rising, you are met with cheers. You can even see that your rising is being captured and displayed in the wording Willow.
Can I? I'm just gonna take that last, I guess, canister I have for the flare gun and just fire. So we're just running.
What? You're firing right
Wait,
at the
so-
crowd?
It's the flare gun with the hologram, where it's like I just do fire, and remember it's a picture of us just running. It's just us running in standstill.
yeah.
Like here.
And you see the crowd descend on that hologram and just pile on top of it. That's the last view that you see as you give me a reflex plus driving plus 1d10, Estrella, as you have to press through the thick atmosphere.
23.
23, easy enough. It rattles a little bit before it almost pushes you out. There's a slight state of equilibrium in the very center before you slowly lose it, spin once, and just roll out, flying next to the. Again, it is a drastic juxtaposition between the inside of New Samarkand and the outside. Rust, iron, heavy sounds and tracks, the churning of sand, the billowing of smoke, industry, and ancient technology all in one scene as you start to speed alongside the huge rotating wheels of New Samarkand. As you slowly pull forward, Adelon plops a navigational beacon to the same entrance or exit entrance that you guys used that had the cargo bay in it that led to the mag rail the first time, that took you out. Also guarded by a Dayin, you see, it takes maybe about 20 minutes to get back there. You guys have not traveled far in the time that you've even been in New Samarkand, which has been roughly 2 days. And you sort of lower it. He gets out just to check that the mound is good to go. As he sort of walks through the hologram, you see one hand burst out of the lining of the stone that the hologram is, the image of the stone, the collected sort of mounds of stone. One hand pops out and ushers you inside, gives you a thumbs up. Seems pretty clear that it's Adelon's red sequence glove.
I'm just picturing. Never mind.
As you guys press through, you do see that the Dain, same one as before, same sleek, sort of form-fitting silver and blue armor. They just nod at you, and you hear across all of your comms, sent through Adelon's own personal comm, a thank you for all that you have done. I'm sorry for giving you trouble. Initially. Wait, what was the encounter with this guy? Did you guys stealth past him, or did you?
Barely. It was
Yeah,
a
we
little
pulled
risky.
some weird stuff.
Never mind. I've never seen you before in my entire life. Get out of here.
Well, he
He's
actually would have
me
seen.
and Edena
Yeah.
posing as a.
Oh yeah, that's
War
what it was.
family.
Adelon was like, I found them down there somehow. Okay. You guys pass through the same wide cargo, able to fit loads of materials and supplies and Connex boxes even through this large hallway. You proceed down, familiar elevator. You guys get in, go down to the bottom. Same exact railway that you came in on before. All is familiar to you. Even
Can I prepare a caster?
yes, you can. Yeah. You mean a breaker beetle? Or oh no, caster gun for
yeah, in case
two.
there are worms on the tunnel.
Okay.
Again.
What element? Or yeah, what?
I don't remember what he used last time off the top of my head.
You see, Adelon mostly uses the cryo to shatter armor. It's almost as though that he's identified as the thing that needs to go first before they become
You
more
can just
vulnerable.
crash through it.
Pretty much.
Okay, then yeah, I'll do that.
Okay.
I'll man the sorry, the handles for the turret.
Okay. I'm not thinking or anything. I bite my lips too much, and I had to get rid of a certain piece. So.
We needed to know that. Thank
Yeah,
you.
I wasn't even aware of this. Why did your
That
hand?
is-
Your hand is covering your face on the stream. Nobody needed to know that.
I have a crippling
Just stop there.
need to tell the truth
And
sometimes.
Great.
Ruined. Okay, so you connect to the mag rail. Astray, you are driving. You are able to use, and Adelon will say this as well. You are able to use Bastion's other functions to increase the speed if you want to get there sooner. Just like before, every time you divert a portion of partitioned energy that was dedicated to shields or invisibility, so on and so forth, it increases the speed, but it also has a chance to damage it just based off of the sheer force and intensity of the components being driven to the max capacity that they can be, and over the max capacity. That's pretty much just if you want to get there very quickly. But you guys have just landed on the mag rail right now. Adelon has locked you guys in via his own controls, and he says, "Are you guys ready?"
I think I'll go at the max speed I can without doing that overload thing, but gotta do the whole I guess barrier up front to get almost like what do you call it, like a plow car, just like barrier all the like shields to front, like maximum. So in case there's something in front of us like last time, I don't want to just.
Yeah, I would say that the shield apparates in a sphere around you. The 75% of that sphere, from the front to the back, all of the connected hexagons. Thank you. Hexagons from the back start to sort of fly around and connect to a portion of the front that's directly in front of you. It becomes more opaque, it becomes a little bit harder to see through, but the density is much greater.
Just in case we hit anything like last time, because these tunnels are perfectly safe, right, Adelon? Mm-hmm. I didn't think so. All right.
Hey, life's a learning experience. Nobody knows everything, you know what I mean? We survived.
Yeah, that we did. That we did.
And so he starts to sort of throw up the speed dial on the mag rail's own sort of system. Again, you are able to accompany it or accentuate it with the energy of Bastion, and you guys start to and if anybody has a window down, it can likely shatter from the force of the wind. That's how fast you're going. You see the speed dial go from 0 to 50 to 100 in about 3 seconds. 100 to 200 to 300 to 400. And it holds its stability at about 400 miles per hour as you see the lights just...
Whoa.
The lights are going by so quickly, it makes one single color at the top. And you can see the mushroom caps as well of the devices that security safety reasons will discharge its liquidy, foamy, white substance across your windshields and everywhere around and solidify to pretty much mitigate as much damage as possible.
Can I activate like thermal vision on my headset to see if there's any heat coming from like further down the tunnel?
Sure, go for it. So you have thermal vision. You're doing thermal vision still, Tink?
Yep. Except my eyes will be open.
I'm sorry, what?
I don't know. You said that you implied that I would be blinded because I was...
Not necessarily blinded. It would just be one vivid shade of red as you look up and out of New Samarkand when you were there, because you're in a superheated desert, pretty much.
I see.
Yeah.
I never really changed, updated you on that, but
So
my eyes are open now.
Then it was more like as you passed through, you just saw this a little less red silhouette of the Dain that you passed. And then as you started getting deeper in the tunnel, things started to normalize a little bit. You started to see little blips and bloops here and there of different heat generating mechanisms, but otherwise you're relatively normal here.
Cool.
So then give me a perception check, both Tink and Netra. Intelligence plus perception plus 1d10.
Natural 10. So 21.
Okay.
Damn, so close. 17.
Okay. With a natural 10 and your total roll considered, you pass after a short while the breach that was made from the insects before, the buggers. Only the destruction that you caused and the buggers is there now. There's no additional force. There's no additional... they have not renewed... You imagine taking out those egg sacs was a good idea. Collapsed the tunnel, destroyed everything inside. Adelon says, okay, it'll be about 5, 6 hours before we get to the coordinates that you put in, Estrella, and it'll be about an hour-long journey from our embarkation point to make it to the satellite. Sorry, the space station. I get those confused. I've never been to space. And there, as you guys are sort of pulsing down the mag rail, we will take a quick 20-minute break, and then we'll come back here at 8:20, or 20 above the hour. and we will get back into this adventure.
Let's do it.
We're live. Do you know that? Are you
Yeah,
okay?
I know.
What's
What's
wrong?
happening?
Do you have a cavity? What's happening here?
No, I don't have a cavity. It's just
A really good
protein
brownie?
bars, sticky.
Oh. Ugh.
Clearing it from my teeth. You're welcome for this majestic scene for you. Valuable for your time. You're welcome.
I asked him
You're
if he was ready, and he
welcome.
said yes.
I am
so
ready. Does it not look like I'm
He
ready?
specifically wanted to show you guys that, I think.
Look at these shoes. See, I'm ready. Isn't this a good adventure?
So not
Oh
ready.
my god. Can we get on with it?
1 minute, Toad.
Hold on. Is there blackness on my teeth? Is it like...
Yeah, on the left side.
There's gonna be blackness
Perfect.
in your eyes in 2 seconds. You don't...
Oh, wow.
Darn
Okay, so you guys are barreling down. A few hours pass. Edena is playing with What a whore,
Horse.
that Edena. She's playing.
Seriously.
She's playing with her stuffed animals in the back seat. Adelon is trying to spark up some what could be annoying conversation to some people, engaging conversation to others, but he's like one of those guys who just won't really shut up.
You know
A few
how
hours
like,
passed.
you have to like lean forward usually to hear people's conversations in the front seat? I'm
Yeah.
seated all the way back in my back seat.
You try and put your back seat down when you realize that it's your back seat is connected to the back frame, and so there's really no adjusting it at all.
Okay, so if we're just in it, in for the ride at the moment, then I would like to basically get Vitalith and be like, now's probably a good time to start patching up holes.
Don't we all
I
have full
thought you'd
Yeah.
never ask.
I thought we were
health? We
full
all have
health.
full health.
Oh, we said we're...
Yeah, I think we're all good
So
to go.
I mean, I think
Dog.
it's at this point we have collectively, unanimously, unspokenly decided to just not do Cyberpunk's native health
ridiculous.
system.
We would have died like the third session.
If
The
they
funny thing
release the core rulebook, I'll respect their health system.
Yeah, if they had more information on that.
It has been enough time at this point, Tink, to know that you have no more drugs inside of your body. I don't know how you feel about that, but
I'm gonna pop a God, I actually don't have many drugs.
pop the cherry on top.
It's fine.
It's fine. I can.
I
go
may have to
one
roll.
day.
I would say that anybody
Withdrawal.
looking or paying attention sees Tink with eyes wide open, looking deeply inside of a bag with a few different substances in it, and you can see the math in his head. Like, how much time do we have left until Robo City 16? And how many drugs are? Oh, god damn it!
No, it's literally like before I had a drug bag. The bag is empty now. All the drugs can easily be fit in a small pocket. So,
And remember, Edena can give you a sensation.
yeah, that's just a really weird
That's
thing.
really
to-
strange.
Oh, by the way, LSD. Here you go.
Juice
What
me
is
up,
LSD
kiddo.
again? I'm on it all the time.
But yeah, so I'll say I've gone cold turkey, and I'm recommitting to battle tank, but tank for short. Tank is just his foot is hammering away, just tapping on the floor, and like looking right, looking left.
To a song that nobody can hear.
Okay, give me a
Yeah,
will
like
plus
speed
concentration
metal.
check. You are at this point, based off of the amount of drugs that you did in every session
12.
thus far, you take lame.
Whoa. Not cool.
Wow. Good save.
Not even. You take. We take 10 points of embarrassment.
Glame. That's my gamer talk.
Your
Making
gamer
its way
talk.
out. Gamer. Game lame. Yeah, so you take 1 point of damage. Just from withdrawals. It's you're feeling it a little bit in these tunnels. It's like it's a little bit too much of the same for you. 3 hours of Adelon just berating you, playing with the toys, like the lights sort of. There's no change here. There's no like you're a chaotic creature, and you're just this is not where you want to be right now.
I wouldn't normally do this, but I am gonna throw a foot up onto the back of Adelon's chair, and just start like doing this number with my foot. But you said it doesn't recline, so it can't be moving that much, but
Hey, Tink there, buddy.
What?
What's you, whoa.
how about just shut up?
Finally, someone on my side.
Is this what being not being on drugs is like?
Yeah.
Sucks.
You know,
Yeah,
have you
I
ever
know.
played the alphabet game on a really long ride?
What is it, Estrella? Or sorry, is
Adelon.
Adelon saying this?
Yeah.
We're in a goddamn tunnel, Adelon.
Yeah, that's a good
Is there
point.
drugs involved?
And also the words, any descriptors in here are in Russian. We found it that way.
Can I basically grab the sniper rifle? I guess I would put like, just here. You use this. Look ahead and use the scope to look ahead and only speak if you see something. Okay. It's very
Catalog?
important. Yeah, it's very important. You only speak because if you say something and it's not a bug or anything, I may swerve the car. So you
Okay,
gotta like
he's
say
going
only
to
when
lean
you see.
out of the window.
Don't lean out the window though. Not out the window.
The sniper's too big. I can't do it
Take the
otherwise.
scope off.
Then I'll blast open your windshield.
I said take the
said take the
scope
scope
off.
This, I'm sorry, the caliber of the rifle doesn't change based off of the scope not being on. If I fire this thing, it's gonna destroy your
You're not
windshield.
gonna fire it. I don't want you to fire it.
If I don't have a scope, I can't see. What do I have
You
this
have
in
to
my hands
use
for
the-
if I'm
use
not?
Use the scope. Take the scope off. Use it to look ahead of us, because it can see pretty
Okay,
far.
okay. So, I'm using this to line up my normal natural vision.
Use
I'm
this to
just
see-
looking down a non-scoped barrel.
What? No.
So
He said take the scope
like-
off.
So,
and look
Adelon.
through the scope, right?
Yeah, I said take the scope off and look through the scope.
Oh,
To
okay.
see further
I'm an
ahead.
idiot. He's just like iron sights.
To see further
That
ahead.
seems more like an Adelon move.
Like
to
that's
be
no,
honest.
Estrella, I'm gonna be honest here. I don't quite understand. Is he just like scraping the barrel against the glass of
I'm
the
just
windshield?
gonna let go of the wheel and
Is
just like,
it too late
yep.
to
Yeah.
send him with the other forces?
Machine, take the wheel.
Yeah, we'll ask him if he can hold his breath to the end of the tunnel.
Yeah. So as you you look to Edena and you look to Adelon and you sort of try and excite Edena by the prospect of like, hey, have you heard of the silent game? And Adena's like, no, what's the silent game? And you explain, of course, like you explain to any child who just won't shut the fuck up, that the silent game, whoever stays silent the longest wins. And Adelon goes, I've never heard of the silent game. I'm down. He's like looking at you, like giving you the
Finally.
eyes like he's gonna win. And you guys have a nice quiet ride until one of you speaks up, because Adena's too stubborn to speak up, and Adelon really wants to win too. And he finally figures out about 45 minutes later, he motions to you while grabbing the scope. It's like motions like, I get it now. And he puts his
You lost.
he looks through
Like,
the
okay.
windshield, puts his elbow on the dash, and just starts looking dead ahead.
You lost the game, but you figured something out.
No.
important
Sorry,
out.
that was for any listening audience,
Okay.
I'll
He
try and
didn't-
verbalize what he's trying to communicate via gestures to you, which is like, oh, the scope, no duh. Puts it up to his eyes, throws the sniper rifle in the back seat, and after about another few hours of silence, again, unless anybody else wants to break it by any means.
No, I've got my pocket inside out, and I'm just picking up tiny little drug crumbs.
Like licking your finger
Exactly.
and swiping
Powders.
your pocket for the residue of any kind of drug.
Mhm.
Sure, give me a will plus concentration. The lower the better.
God.
You just can't feel anything. There's nothing's
What?
hitting you. Nothing is hitting you at all.
I'll rip my pocket out and
Just
just
sucking on it.
put it in my mouth. Yeah, start sucking on it like that.
You have binky. A drug binky.
Gets one side completely
That's
soaks it for
disgusting.
about
Oh, God.
an hour,
I should
spins it
shower
around.
more.
That's so gross.
You see him spreading out his own pocket that it has, those brown stains on it. Lint.
It's in my front pocket.
I don't want to even imagine that area right now. So you guys make it. Adelon goes, he looks at you all, and he's Estrella. He's like,
What are you saying, Adelon? I can't. Use your words. Say something. I can't. What do you? I mean, your leg. You want to play footsies? No, I don't know what you're saying. What?
roll a will plus concentration to see if you can understand what he's saying.
Well, plus concentration. Wait, okay.
Or no, I'm sorry. An EMP plus human perception is what it would be.
I don't have an EMP plus human perception, so I will just go with 4. So, wow, 10.
He's trying to play another game. You've never heard of charades, probably. So
All right,
just,
I'll go to the elevator.
You don't know that because he's trying to tell you that right now, but he
yeah,
doesn't want to lose.
Yeah, but I got it from his hand signals.
No, you didn't.
I just wanted him to
Your
lose.
human perception is you being able to read what he's trying to tell you. He's trying to tell you that the elevator is up ahead, and you don't get it.
Can
Oh,
I?
okay, then I guess
I'll lean forward and slap Adelon on the back of the head. Be like,
Okay.
say it out loud.
He goes, ah! What? A
The winner gets slapped. Good job. You're good at that game.
Edena, you got me this time. He winks at her. He goes, all right, Estrella. Up ahead is the closest exit to where according to you, where the satellite is.
I figured as much, yes. But yeah, we'll stop
No, I
as
see. I
soon as
saw
we
in
get
your
there.
eyes that you didn't. I saw in your eyes that you rolled very low based off of what I was trying to convey to you. And so I know for a fact that you didn't, Estrella.
Even though I clearly know where it's marked, but okay. I didn't know this exit was here though. So yeah, we'll get off when
Boy, I
we get
love
off.
long car rides.
With no drugs.
Yeah, Tink, I would actually say at this
kill
point,
me.
you yeah, exactly. You would be like upset and verbally upset. As it's like everybody's kind of fed up with each other. As you guys disembark, you see the speed meter go from 400, 350, 300, 200, 100, 50, 10.
I never turned off my brighter eyes, so I would just be super bright as I looked at Adelon. Maybe from the sunburn.
Oh yeah, you would be actually a flashlight looking down the length of the mag rail. But so you pull up, slow down. Adelon takes care of everything, and you actually feel the difference in the shift of the hovering of Bastion as it's unlocked from the mag rail. Adelon jumps out, types in the controls on the control panel, opens the 2 bulkhead doors that sort of shift diagonally, pull each other apart, and the very large industrial exit that is the equivalent of the entrance that you came in on presents itself to you. As you take Bastion, Adelon gets back in, you go down the length of the, again, very large industrial hallway, and you get to the next elevator segment. But you notice that the lights down this length of hallway they start to flicker. You proceed a little bit farther. They start to go out, dim. You proceed a little farther. Total, utter blackness. Adelon says at this point, yeah, this is the closest that we could find, and I actually lied. According to where this exits, we are right below the space station. It's on top of us. And so as he's walking, as you guys are sort of driving the vehicle forward, it seems as though you are going from pristine to more and more damaged. Like the hallway itself, its structural integrity is bent and shifted inward, and you start to see the lights far off into the distance. You see a light flicker, and it illuminates the next length, about 100 meters of the hallway, and it's just cables spilling from the ceiling, ruined panels that are down on the ground. It's, again, at about 50 meters in the center of this, that's when the light is flickering and revealing that it's just damage as you proceed forward.
I'd like to do look through my optics and yeah, see what's if there's anything beyond damage, maybe more mutant babies or monstrosities.
Okay, your thermal.
Or any other surprises.
I still have my thermals on as well.
Okay, one of you roll at advantage.
Ladies first.
What is it?
Huh?
Just a straight D20. What? Or D10?
Sorry, it's a intelligence plus perception plus 1d10.
No. You know what? I think you should. Please, by all means. At advantage.
Probably gonna want to take that second one.
17.
At advantage.
You
got
stop
8.
it.
8 plus 14.
What do you say? 14.
Intelligence. Oh no! I was looking at that number.
No, that's the number up there. I'm just lazy, so I wrote it down here.
He wrote the 7 next to the intelligence under skills, and I just automatically looked at whatever number was first on the list.
Lines up.
That's fine.
17 is not terrible.
No, it's not.
You see almost like this. You see about 75% down the way of the hallway, there is a vibrant red drip. There's a collection of red heat above the paneling of the hallway that's dripping down into the hallway. As you follow that collection of heat, it seems to... There's an even larger drip above that. And as you look up, it's almost like this egg of heat. This, like, the farther you get up and you realize that you are pretty below ground at this point, there is a collected oval of superheated energy.
I'm gonna flip down my chemical analyzer.
I'm just gonna trust
Can
that
I
you
get a
have
reading?
that.
Yeah, I asked for it when we first got into the same place where we got all the grenades and stuff.
Okay, you start to see symbols of radiation apparate across your information that you're intaking.
Guys, I got a heat signature up here. Pretty big one. Looks concerning.
You can see that the majority of it is contained, but there are small, almost roots that have perforated some. However it's being contained, it seems like the structural integrity is in certain places broken. And so you can just see little roots zigzagging down and dripping down whatever shaft or layered construction presents itself at about 100 meters in front of you.
Okay.
You imagine that's where the elevator shaft is about 100 meters. And also, I would even say that you remember that the shaft that you were in a shaft once.
You can say I was shafted.
You were shafted. You were hit in the face by a baseball bat into the shaft of of an elevator the last time you were at.
Traumatic. It was traumatic being hit in the face. And like, oh, yep. We're going to want to stop here.
Okay, I guess I'll
Right, get out and
slow down.
travel on foot from here. This is where we need to be.
It's gonna be okay.
You got any drugs? And how do you know? But just...
Huh?
Alright, no, I'm getting out. Kick the door open and get out.
Okay. You do know that you have no clue what's in between you and where you were at the top of this down space station. But the shaft that you were hanging from in your encounter would be able to theoretically fit Bastion in it. It's just not clear what's in between you and where you were way up on ground level.
Can I try and ping? Do we have a name for them?
A couple.
Mappa.
I think it was Sam and like Sammy
Sam
or something.
Sammy, yeah. Oh.
Sam. I'm gonna try and ping Sam.
Station advanced. It was like maintenance or mainframe. Yeah, it's like Sam and Sammy, pretty much.
Okay. Well, I suggest we check it out, since this large heat signature is between us and probably the ground level, or the surface.
Shelter advanced mainframe.
Yeah, shelter advanced mainframe. So Sam is the male, Sammy is the female. And I think it's Sammy is station advanced mainframe intelligence.
Maintenance and intel.
Maintenance intelligence. There you go.
That's right. It's really up to you. If you I'd feel bad if anything happened to your car, but
I mean, I'll follow as long as I can in the car. And then if it gets to be a point where I can't fit it, I guess I'll park it and come back to it. But I don't know if we'll be able to. The Wings of Liberty, I guess, will meet us up there. But.
all right. Well, I'll get back in then. Back on the gun.
Okay.
Just be careful. This liquid doesn't look like it's good stuff. I'm gonna try giving it a lick, though.
No, don't do that.
Go ahead and roll a will plus concentration, I suppose.
Can I pop the shield back to its regular, like, all around? Like, boom.
Yeah. Go for it.
Was I able to ping Sam and Salmon?
Not from down here. Most of the power is off down here. All of the security mechanisms are off as well.
14.
You take 6 points of damage.
Oh!
As
Spicy.
it feels tangy, like incredibly tangy.
It's Tang.
Tangy and
What's the punchline? Like, it's a kick in a can or something
that-
like that.
Yeah, it's Tang.
it's a kick. I don't know. But it also stings. It tastes like
Just like Tang.
I've never actually had Tang before, so maybe I'm making a lot of assumptions here. But yeah, the universally known sensation of Tang,
Like a
but
spicy
poison
margarita.
Tang. But like
With too
no
much chili.
positive aspect of a margarita. You taste industry and pain, and you like catch a glimpse of the death of the world
Oh my god.
when you intake this. And
Whoa, bad trip.
It's not super great, but you get, for an instance, for a moment, you get some psychedelic shift in visuals, and your body.
That's the stuff, baby.
Yeah. Your body just feels very weak and
One
frail.
more lick.
After. Okay.
You're basically looking like industrial waste that
15.
is growing into fungus.
Come on! Get me there.
Okay. Great. So you take another 3 points of damage.
Ugh.
And this all bypasses your armor. There is no
Great.
armor that is considered here. By the way, some of you may want to repair your. Oh no, you're wearing the solar wings. Okay. You take another 3 points of damage, and you now feel fatigued immediately. Your actions will be rolled at disadvantage until you take a rest.
Feels too hot.
You feel like you immediately went to the tail end of a very exhausting mental trip. Your body is fatigued. You have no happy thoughts. You feel drained. You don't even want to get out of the car, really. It's awful.
Great job.
Whoa. Drugs. Oh god, what am I doing? Okay, I guess I'm good.
And also all of your radiation warnings are just pulsing on your screen. Like they have now apparated to such a degree that your entire screen is filled up with warning, radiation levels at excessive degrees.
I have no time for an intervention. Get the fuck out of here. I'll start closing them out.
Okay. Just clicking out of excessive ads that are popping up, except these are directly relevant to your health status. So, okay. What are you guys doing as you're proceeding down this hallway? It gets more and more damage the farther you get down it. You at about the 100-meter mark, you encounter an elevator, 2 elevator doors, and there is seemingly no power to it. Netra, you search for any ping to anything that you can connect to, and that's also another reason why you can't ping Sam and Sammy, or why you can't connect to them. There's no electrical component other than the flickering lights, which is, as you investigated, more of it belongs to the power grid of the mag rail and not the shelter. So there's no connection to the AIs down here, and the 2 doors are shut.
Can I check for like an electrical box or something, or like look for wires along the walls?
Sure, give me an intelligence plus perception check.
I'd also start to try and look for signs of, especially as we approach the elevator, what might that large heat signature be?
13.
It's hard. It's dark where you are. You're just up against a wall. The panels are mostly broken and ruined. And the confusion comes from the mass of wires, as panels have been broken out, and it's just like a spill of wires coming down and through. And so it's hard to pinpoint any one sort of area where you might be able to control any of the mechanisms of this place.
I'm gonna turn the tank and be like, "This is out of my wheelhouse. I think we need tank."
I would never ask.
Let me put this new armor to the test. Let's see if I can pry this thing open. Start stretching here. Like the protesting of metal against metal. And he will go ahead and see what he's got in terms of strength. Like 3 inches. And he goes, "Oh, wow, that's industrial grade. Wow, that's thick." As he sort of like tries to look in between the gap, the plating is about 6 inches thick.
Whoa.
He can't see through at all.
He's like, I can see some glow coming from above, but outside of that, pure darkness. Actually, he switches to thermal, explains the same thing you saw, which is this sort of oval of thermal energy. And he says, the best that I can tell, it's maybe 20 floors until the top, until we hit ground level. But if we can get in here, there's a pile of debris on the ground that might be more difficult as well. But if we can clear that, it's hopefully smooth sailing up to the top.
Are we at the bottom right now?
You're at the bottom. Yeah.
And we're just trying to get into the shaft.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll
Can you cut this?
yeah, I have the cutter, but I'm wondering if I could basically use the cutter to cut through, and then, because it's so thick, use a jury rig, basically something out of the scrap metal together to like try and pry open the doors by attaching it temporarily to the car and then just throwing it in reverse.
Can your bomb maker
Or
make
drive.
thermite bombs or no? Okay, can you set what type of bombs it makes, or is it just a straight up blow up bomb?
Believe me, I want to blow this thing up, but we're kind of close to. Well, I don't know what's up there, so.
I mean, a thermite bomb would just like melt whatever's like around.
I honestly, just as a person, don't know enough about thermite, so I don't know if I have the materials. I wouldn't think. I would think materials for thermite would be
Etch-a-sketch.
very, very, very difficult.
Find an etch-a-sketch somewhere.
I mean, you do have armor-piercing rounds, acid rounds as well for the gun. If you do want to do it if you want to use one of your jury rigs to make what effectively would be a
Not gonna really explode yet.
thick metalled hook that's attached, and then sort of insert it, twist it,
Well,
and
I was gonna try to attach it to the car and then just have them drive.
yeah.
And I'll basically use the plasma cutter to cut a hole large enough for the car to get through.
Wait, so are you trying to take the doors off, or plasma cutter enough space
Plasma
for the...
cut the door, like a big hole in it, and then just rip the metal down or push it or something.
Okay,
out of
then
the way.
I would say make a tinkering check, and this will take some time to plasma cut through 6 inches of metal. After about 45 minutes of activity, go ahead and make a tinkering check at advantage.
During that 45 minutes, can I just be clearing debris? Or is he saying that's in the elevator?
It's in the elevator. There is debris
Oh.
that is pushing up against the wall from below.
21.
Okay. Takes about another 15 minutes, so about an hour total to be able to just be like, all right, pull it! As you affix the hook, you've cleared enough space, and Estrella, all you have to do is drive. I would say that there's no real need to make a driving check here. The Bastion has enough force, especially with the Unicorn power cell, to just... as garbage and bones and metal and even some oil just spills out into the the hallway that you guys are in. Huge sheets of metal as well. Like, just massive amounts of debris have funneled down here through many, many different years. Even some decomposed corpses, empty suits, well, filled with bones, rad suits as well. The ones that you had found initially, Netra, from the chamber inside of this exact structure. Actually, I would say give me a perception. Give me an intelligence plus perception plus 1d10 check, Tink.
Mm, 15.
You don't find any drugs on these corpses.
Now that's desperate. I like what you're thinking.
No
though.
drugs like combat radiation sickness.
Combat radiation stickers?
Sickness?
Sickness. I mean, he does have radiation sickness for sure. That's not like a doubt. You guys would see his eyes are like glowing
Ugh.
this disgusting kind of pale green. His veins are even glowing a similar kind of green. Around his eyes have started to get
You're
black
fucked up.
halos. Almost like dark makeup has been
This
put.
is what we call
He looks
going
gaunt.
cyber turkey.
Cyber turkey.
Right away.
Need some mentats?
But you also see the broken bat that says on one half E, the other half John.
Johnny.
Just PTSD immediately.
But you don't see their corpse. You just see the bat. Broken in half.
Monument to all your sins.
Thank God they're dead.
Want to put on the exosuit in the trunk? Tank?
Put the guy with some kind of rad sickness in the rad suit.
No, it's not a rat suit. It's a exosuit, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that suit.
In the trunk.
Put it
To make your
on.
feeble rad-induced body more powerful.
Do you want to use it?
How dare you!
I just feel like we're about to, get
I'm
into some
embracing
shit.
this sickness.
All right.
Besides, we can't to my knowledge, you can't really be in the suit in the car, especially not in the trunk.
Do you want to I don't know if you could hook onto the bottom of the car and just sew it up with this suit.
Oh my God. No, I'm on the gun, and I'm in here.
Okay.
Okay, so nobody's in the rad suit. Everybody's piling back in the car, and you are just...
I'm
Hold
gonna
on, is it a rad suit that we were talking about?
Sorry. No, it's an exoskeleton. Your skin is laid bare mostly. It's
Okay.
just a...
got
There's
the
some
heavy
thick
coat.
armor plating that you can use, but for the majority, it's like your chest is exposed.
I got
Like,
you.
yeah.
Picturing the Matrix or something similar.
Yeah. Except less effective than that.
Can I be in it?
As
I'll
in
get
like the marsupial baby pouch in the front.
What?
Are you talking about
exosuit?
the ex? Oh, I thought Tink was going in it. So you're just
Oh, I
like-
thought you declined
No.
it.
Jesus, so much confusion. I'm not getting in any suit. I'm staying on the gun in the car.
Okay, got it. Okay, so yeah, you can get into the suit. You also piloted it remotely the first time that it descended from the sky. If you wanted to try that as well.
No, I'll get in it this time.
Okay.
I want to be protected.
He did just say, oh, okay,
What?
that it's like you're still exposed.
It doesn't boost your AC at all.
It boosts your armor, but it doesn't do anything against radiation. You're putting a frame
Let's just stay in the car.
a frame on you that doesn't
Fine.
obstruct the majority of your
I'll
skin.
put on a radiation suit, and then I'll also put Edena in a radiation suit, and then we're gonna sit in the back of the car.
Okay.
Good
I'll
idea.
leave my elbow out the window because I can, because it doesn't affect me.
And then
Everyone else in the
Adelon
car
looks at
dies.
Edena, gives her a head nod. Adelon looks at you, gives you a head nod. He sort of looks in the rearview mirror, adjusts it to look at him, gives himself a head nod. And then he looks at Estrella, and he sees you leaning out the window, and there's like a spill of radiation liquid down the side, and then he just starts to think to himself.
I have a heavy cloak on for radiation.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I said I got one last time.
Okay. And then he looks at Tink, who's already pretty much irradiated, spilling out.
Sweating
Like
out
he
more
looks at Tink,
radiation.
and you just see his iris sort of, as though he's measuring something. His iris
I
signatures
look at him
are going
and I'm
high.
like, "What, Adelon? You want to fuck me?"
His withdrawals are really not going well.
I mean, if it would make you feel better, I'm willing to do.
Wow.
We're at the end of, we're nearing the end of the road here, Tink. So we need you in top working condition, and you just sort of feel like a. I mean, we're in a shelter here. There's at least 5,000 rooms. If you
Jesus Christ! Put your dick away, boy.
Oh, thank God. No, I mean, you just look like you look great. Let's keep going. And Netra, yeah, you keep the window down. That's a good idea. To get some fresh air here.
I am
especially-
dying back here. It's
Fresh
kind of
radiation.
nice.
Yeah. And as you guys start ascending, sort of shifting between different portions that are actually, give me a driving check, because a few of the structural integrity of this
28.
shaft has been heavily compromised. And
Heroes that nobody
you
wants.
manage to just slowly shift Bastion to the left when pieces are dented in so heavily that it obscures most of the vertical space. You twist, go upward when it gets a bit to be a bit too damaged, and you're putting together now. As you are looking through your thermal vision, you do remember the pit of radiation that corpses were thrown into, or even live bait or live humanoids were thrown into. Remember the initial bay where you were ambushed by the large mutant? And the mutant in the rafters, Johnny?
Oh, a bay like a dock. Yes.
Yes. On the opposite side of that bay was this pit, this well of corpses and radiation. As you get higher, things start to become a little bit more familiar to you, having spent a little bit of time in the shaft, and you just start to put together that is where the nuclear pretty much power was located in this space station. Why it was powered by nuclear? Who knows? It's the future. Don't ask questions. So yeah, a lot of spillage coming from there that's just been collecting in this heavily, mostly protected, armored silo. And you're just skirting it parallel.
Okay, Netra, fun's over. We should probably close that window. Got a unholy primordial soup up here. It's not good for anybody.
I roll the window up.
It just slowly.
Is
Yeah,
Tink-
as Tink says that, you press the button for the window to go up, and it's sort of like having a little bit of trouble.
Is Tink slowly turning into a radiation superhero?
Roll me a d10.
For superpowers?
Yes.
Well, it could be. Who knows?
A 3. The lower the better, right?
As you're raising, some of the cables shift above you, so the vehicles just scrape slowly past some metal, and the metal shifts and moves some shadows, and you get hit in the face with a bat.
What?
as you hear aggressively and immediately
Oh my god.
from a only Tink would recognize this small form.
Oh, he didn't die?
The
No.
bat was broken. You didn't see his corpse.
Right.
It was ominous.
But as you're sort of like rolling up the window casually, just like not barely paying attention, just a shadow shifts in front of your view, and you get a split-second horrifying image of a bulbous, fleshy creature with only about 4 teeth in many different directions, one clump of flesh entirely covering one of their eyes, and they found another bat that also says Johnny on it. It's a metal pole, and this goes straight past your arm.
4 teeth
I'm
in
never-
6 directions. And...
Netra is never opening a car window ever again. This is the second time that I have been like severely fucked by opening a car window.
It's okay. You only take 7 out of 46. You only take 7 points of damage.
Wow.
That's lame. But it goes right past your armor and straight to your
Teeth.
Nope.
straight to your head.
Damn it.
Great.
Give me a will plus concentration.
Oh boy.
Slowly look like Gertrude.
20.
Okay, the shadows begin to coalesce around all of your vision, and you begin to black out before you sort of like shake your head and reassert yourself. The vision is pulsing in front of you of the split-second horrifying visage of this mutant. They are no longer around. They slammed their pipe through the window, smacked you. You heard scraping down the edge of Bastion and shifting of cables in many different directions. As Estrella, you're still ascending up.
Get those
Doesn't
shields
that
up!
The shields are up. They don't stop like physical. Like somebody coming through and just hitting you. Can I also turn the car invisible? I guess like, boop, so we can see like, oh.
Yeah, go for it. So yeah, you go ahead and turn the car invisible. I would say whoever wants to take the lead on a perception check can do so at advantage, since the car is invisible.
I'll do so.
I'm watching up, so yeah.
Okay, go ahead and roll at advantage. Actually, you shouldn't be at advantage. Yeah, you're like suffering right now. You should be in a perfect world. You should be like in a hospital bed, in hospital, attire, just not doing anything.
But I'm owning it.
What I mean, I already said advantage, so go for it. I just forgot that you're assailed by radiation poisoning right now.
He's becoming a superhero.
Imagine anybody on chemo. Not good.
It's Benjamin Button character progression. 15.
15. It's hard to see the waving of the cables on all sides of you right now. A panel even
Doesn't
sort of
matter.
bursts
I
open
unload.
and fire.
I unload at least a
Explodes
burst
from
to
it.
the last place that I saw.
Okay, go ahead and roll to
Good-
attack
good
at
5-round
disadvantage.
Get back here, you son of a bitch! Oh. Well, two twos.
You all see the chamber highlight.
What were you using?
Go ahead and roll. He's using the gun.
Yeah, but
What ammo did you have in there?
I first is fire, then it's AP, then it's EMP, then it's acid.
Then fire.
That's just one d6 extra damage, extra fire damage, I guess.
On organic fleshy
Yeah.
creatures. So, and now even
15 total.
there are fiery holes along most of the chamber around you as you've released. Go ahead and roll 66 because that's the damage of a burst. And this is not to calculate damage, but just to illustrate how many bullets you've wasted.
Oh my gosh.
Roll high.
So we have a total of 4 bursts for each like ammo type.
No, sorry. A 5-round burst is just like a.
Oh, okay. Well, then we'll say 5 is taken. And anybody, because it's flame rounds and it's highlighting the chamber, the next person will have advantage. If Tink, you take over, you'll just roll a straight roll again, but you start to continue up.
I have a. At what point we're rolling a initiative, but I'd like to basically flip my shotgun.
Almost shit yourself as your window is like the mutant Johnny is smushing his head on the broken window trying to get at you.
Oh my god.
I'm back. You're back. Play with me. And the broken glass, it's like blood starts to get cuts along his face,
Like I
starts
said,
smearing along the
flip
window.
my shotgun down. I want to kick my door open, or like shove myself out the door.
He's gone.
What? Ah! I don't care. I fucking fire in the direction I heard him run off in.
Okay, go ahead and roll at disadvantage. Your window is structurally weakened right now.
Can I be sending out
16.
pings to Sam and Sammy?
You can continue to try. Yeah, I would say that you're about 60% up the shaft as you're like, make another driving check, by the way. As it's so heavily damaged that it's a thoughtful process that Estrella has to go through to be able to turn, point up, shift between all of the debris, reorient, glide up.
I'm going to use 2 points of luck to make it a 26. Let's get out.
Okay, you managed to still successfully just barely avoid the components going up. The broken aspects.
I'm gonna. Well, I rolled a 60, and I don't know if that hits or not. But
No.
after I fire off, then I guess into the darkness, I'm gonna close the door and clamber up to the top, on top of the car, and just have my shotgun ready. And,
Oh, so you're closing the door behind you as you get on top of the car. You are letting yourself
in
open to
front of
the
me.
elements.
But yeah.
Okay.
Let's go, motherfucker!
Sheila is still out.
I'll shoot again, just into the air, just for.
I will also say, just for continuity's sake and the narrative, I think we all forgot about the trailer. The trailer the trailer is connected via the solar bands directly underneath Bastion. So the navigation, the maneuvering is and unfortunately I will make it a little bit more difficult now, but again, just to keep continuity safe.
Underneath Bastion?
Yeah, so it's imagine that
Like a double decker?
yeah, exactly.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. It's a very dynamic trailer system thanks to the solar wings. It can be directly behind you, above you, below you.
Probably a hot deal at REI.
And you hear over your comms Adelon go, "What the fuck was that?"
Long story. It's
You need help
fucking
up there?
dead.
You shouldn't be outside of this vehicle. You want me to get up there with you?
It's got a moon. I got a moon roof. You can just open the moon roof.
Oh yeah. I'll jump down.
I'll get back in the car.
Yeah.
Oh no! I mean, I already said I clambered up. I'll just jump like down into the car, so at least I'm like half my body is covered. But I basically just want to be able to fucking see this thing and be ready to shoot with the shotgun.
Okay. Roll another. You guys are about 80% high right now after that roll. Roll another perception check.
Can I yell also like, let me know if you see him coming? So I'm not at disadvantage looking?
No, you're not at disadvantage looking currently because of the fire that you had created before. Across so much of the length of the chamber.
I say hell yeah, but my perception is shit. It's 16 total.
Yeah.
He's gonna knock your upper
Oh,
half
yeah?
right off.
And I would like to fire.
You don't manage. Your 16 is not good enough. You take, and this does count for. No, this doesn't. This is directly away from armor. You take another 11 points of damage. Just a metal hard bat right across your old wrinkly face.
Oh my god.
All right.
Yeah, I
can
mean,
you
the-
acid splash.
Vomit's LSD. Everybody's high now.
Fine. If he's still in the area, then I will
Make
use
another
my luck
driving check, Estrella.
and try and shoot his ass again.
Okay, make another perception check.
Somebody get on the goddamn gun!
I'm gonna add 2 to that with luck to make it a 27.
Okay. With the heavy payload underneath you, you manage to scrape a few times against the sides. In some areas, it's just impossible to get through without just forcing your way through. But doing a little bit of geometry and physics and just like what's the best way for this form to pass through that gap, you manage to just
The square in the circle hole.
Oh my god.
What'd you get, Tink?
For perception?
Yeah.
13. What?
I'll re-roll that.
If it's higher, the 3 counts.
7, 8, 13 points of damage as they crawl. You hear clamoring from underneath the vehicle as you're like looking around and you turn to the right and you just see this ugly face in this shift of silver clock you. 13 points, and that's past your armor.
I would just get in the car.
Is anybody on the go?
Tink, are you
Close
sure
the
you don't need
window.
help up there?
I'm yelling, get on the fucking gun so somebody else can try and do perception checks and shoot them.
Okay.
Adlon? Nitra?
I'll try
Edena?
and get on the gun.
Okay, go ahead and roll a perception check. This would be at advantage for you, just not Tink.
Natural 10.
Oh.
So 21.
You see them lying in wait behind a mix of cables, just sort of bringing their whole body in as they're clutching the pole and the cables with all of their intensity. Just one big eye looking at you. It's not clear that they can tell that you're seeing them right now.
I'm just gonna shoot at them with the gun on top of the car.
We can't see your crazy face on.
Yeah, you're doing it too low. Make the same face but like up here. Yeah, there you go.
All right. Go ahead and at this distance, you don't even have to roll to attack. Roll damage.
Do I get a piggyback off that natural
Nope.
20? But she's like,
You
dying.
see
it.
you see like the flames curling off of the portions of the wall that you shot are turning into stars and connecting around your head
What
as you are
is-
just you've gotten bashed with a metal pole on top of radiation damage so many times that you are disoriented.
Confusion.
What?
66.
How many?
chaos is my favorite terrain. You gotta reroll that one. Come on.
I mean, okay. Ew.
Holy shit.
30.
Math.
30?
Yeah.
A lot of 6s and 5s.
They see you right at the last minute, and they throw open the lulling collection of cables as they jump at you just before the barrier. You just their body is ripped to shreds as the luminous gunk of their blood splatters across the barrier and just drips down as the portions of their meat and flesh, like its ear, slaps on the side of Bastion and slides off as a bunch of its other meaty chunks just flies through the barrier. Some may dab the Bastion, but otherwise you just hear this as they fall and descend in the barriers below, or in the broken segments below.
I'm gonna drag Tink into the vehicle.
Can I try and, as a reaction, try and grab this guy who just hit me in the head with a bat? Or
He
Wasn't it that guy?
has been obliterated.
oh, you shot that one.
Yeah, it's only
Yeah.
one guy.
It's only one guy.
Oh, you kept saying like they and stuff, but
It's his pronoun.
John E.
It's not a he or a she.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't write everything about this character. They probably wrote some things about themselves. I can't make assumptions here.
oh,
It's a creature.
all right. Well, I'll come in willingly, and I'm gonna
And
sit
we're
down
gonna
and be
close
quiet.
that window.
A gash on two big portions of Tink's forehead, already swelling, blood arcing down across both eyes. Again, gaunt looking.
You look like dead wife.
We're doing great.
Vitalith? I'm gonna get Vitalith out. Can you tend to him?
I can, but are you sure? Is there not a younger specimen that has been egregiously hurt?
Can you suck the radiation out of him?
I would prefer not to, but I can.
Just patch him up so the radiation stops leaking out of him. No.
Not Tink. Vitalith has always had an issue with Tink's. Tink has been the only one out of the group that Vitalith just hasn't been super into fixing.
Well, too bad he's one of us and he's a part of the team.
Not into older men.
Drop trow.
Oh, what
That's
a
why.
Get over with.
what a hole! All right. And you get 20 points of health back.
Sucked it right out of you.
Ooh.
He does not suck the radiation poisoning out of you,
Oh.
though. Although you can.
I'm gonna grab him in closer, and I'm gonna whisper to him. You got any more stuff on you?
Oh my god. There's a reason why he doesn't like you.
Where's that? I'm
You
gonna start
it's just
patting
a
his
small one of his two articulating arms just slowly puts itself on your face and just. This is the first time in my life I've ever understood the concept of personal space.
Wait.
Clap Trap
Gonna
him.
be that like from NTSF, STSUV, where like a little straw like comes out of its little mouth and then just spits in his face.
Cleaning the wound. My, Tink, you've been egregiously wounded. Let me handle that for you. And he just like sprays you, squirts you with water, and just like pushes your face out of the way, and flies away from you. All handled. Yep, you're good to go, Tink. You've never been better. I'm a medical robot. I can tell these things.
Well, I still feel like shit.
Personality
Thank
upgrade
you.
never took hold, I guess, of the vital thing.
Yeah, you respect your elders, damn it.
Yeah, he doesn't have any drugs that would help you here. You would probably have to get a continual refresh in order to not
I mean, I think
feel like utter garbage.
the only thing I have is I have 2 pain pills. Helps seriously wounded.
Pain pills will do the trick for a very temporary amount of time.
I guess I'll just like
Like an hour per
two
pill?
pain pills. I just toss them back, the bottle back to you.
Yeah,
There you go.
I'll like Bilbo or sorry, Gollum, just like, well, I can't do it in a car, but as much as I can, like almost lunge after it.
And fall into a volcano. Okay, so you're giving him both of them?
Yeah, I give them both pain pills. I was
Are you taking them now?
Had these,
Yep.
so no.
Both of them?
I'll pop one in my mouth right away and then crush the other and then put it on the little windowsill and just sniff it.
Okay, so it hits you immediately, but for only about an hour and a half, and you feel amazing.
I love you, Estrella.
No, you don't. You just love what I gave you. So, but thanks anyways for the kind
It's
words.
all the same.
Yeah.
Just
Yes.
chemicals.
That is true. That is very true. But just lean back and relax for the
Tink seems
short
to-
amount of time you have.
Only be happy when he's got something inside him. Could I be happier if I...
Let's not go.
No,
No.
that's called a slut, and you're not gonna go down that path.
Yeah, I don't want to be a slut.
Salute
A
from
slut
my-
like
A
Tink.
salute.
You hear that, Tink?
You're a salute from
You're a slut.
Yeah.
Salute
Yeah.
for drugs. That's what you
That's
Tink's
right.
a
She's
slut.
in her
Tink's a-
at the tail end of 6 years old. She's hitting her teenage years real quick.
Yeah, she is.
Anyway,
That's
you
fucked up, guys. Even with me.
okay. So moving on, you Tink, the familiar shaft entrance into the you pretty much enter into the. You can still go a little bit higher, although it gets way more dangerous and reckless at that. But you've met the floor level that you actually entered in on the first time that you came into this construct, this satellite fused with a mega shelter, and you pretty much rotate Bastion and see the familiar expanse of the bay that you initially came in on. The glowing green bulkhead doors to your left, the entrance, the other bulkhead doors that led to the two AIs directly in front of you, and the bulkhead doors that led into and out of this downed space station to your right.
Do I see what was his name? Junkson? Was that one dude's body? That dove into the one dude's mouth and she got his shotgun? Didn't he die in this room? Do I see him there? Like, oh, there's a body.
Tabernacle?
Yeah, tabernacle.
Tabernacle.
No.
Oh, where's
It's
the body
actually
go?
been moved. You see blood trails leading outside,
Oh, this doesn't look.
and like heavy scrapes as well.
That's what I guess point to everybody. Like, this is that. I seem to remember Tabernicle's body being right there, and now there's just blood and scrapes. Do you think it was one of us could like check that out and see what that's about? Maybe. I mean, I'm just gonna like lower the car towards there and like. Want to get out and check it out before we go outside, maybe, or no? We'll
Yeah.
follow it.
We can inspect it.
All right. Great.
use the enhance feature on my headset.
Enhance. Enhance.
Yeah, like Bat Vision from like Gotham.
Yeah.
Since Estrella pointed it out, you can roll a perception check at advantage. Or local expert, if that works.
Let's see. Perception. Ah. 14.
Just looked like something was dragged outside. It went that way. It's blood and metal dents. Something heavy was dragged. Some dark blood a while ago.
It's old. I don't think we need to worry about it. Probably not around anymore.
Since we just, you came through here 6 days ago. Yeah, true. Yeah.
It's only been 6 days? My god.
I don't even think it's been that many.
Yeah, it's like 2 days driving to Samarkand, 2 days in New Samarkand. I don't know. Yeah, so like 4 or 5.
Can I send out another ping, I guess?
Yeah. And the components are there. The terminals are there. But the system seems to be, how to put this? There's no response. You're just interfacing with a cold mechanism at this point. That is the security system to the door and the cargo bay. The magnetic function is still there, but there's no, you didn't spend 19 years growing up with a mother and father this time. And that, part of you might have been wary, maybe looking forward to, it just wasn't there this time.
I'll let the group know about this. I'm not getting a signal from them. I'm kind of worried. I thought they would be, up and about, lively. Maybe.
I mean, they are just stuck in their cases, but I mean, maybe that's why there's this big scraping thing here. Something probably took them, or yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's my dad. Hopefully he's still alive. Oh, let's go. Let's go.
It's probably your dad.
Okay, well,
Let's go.
Your dad probably
Step on it.
dragged that other guy out and ate his body to survive.
hopeful.
Or it could be 0. Oh, well, no, never mind. Let's still go. Let's go either way. We're going.
Yeah.
Tink, I guess you get on the guns, and it could be there could be a big armed lady over there.
Okay.
I'll get the caster ready as well.
Okay, caster ready with cryo rounds?
Yeah.
Okay. On the caster, Tink, you're on the gun.
Mm-hmm.
Do we want to load up different?
Stray, you're driving.
different
Yeah.
You've got fire right now.
I'll load up, we'll go with armor piercing.
Yeah. Should just be like a like a on the side of the car, I guess. I don't know. Just crank. Okay, there we go. Sweet.
Yeah, as you hear the auto loading. It's the clinking of shells being loaded inside, removed and then loaded. Okay, so you see the exit way that outlines or identifies the path that you took in here so many few days ago. And how do you proceed?
With caution.
Carefully.
Okay.
At advantage.
All of us.
Wow. Why didn't you tell me earlier? Okay, so I mean, are you trying to be stealthy? Or are you trying to perceive? What are you as you enter into the circular arcing hallway of the space station that you took in here? You leave the hangar bay. You pass by the chamber that held the radiation suits, and you start to see the light spill in from the ruined entryway into the outside world. What would you like to do?
Yeah, ask. Can you have you found them yet? I guess. Have you pinged them successfully, Netra, or is that no use? Not sure.
I mean, I would just be continuously trying to reach out, hello, do you come in? Sam, do you read me?
Wait, what about the I forget what they're called. The things that we use to communicate with each other.
Like the silver earbuds.
Yeah.
Tetra had one, but Tetra's kind of, I think, probably dead out there. So I don't know if she'd answer, but I guess we try it.
Might as well. I mean, maybe.
Like someone picked it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody has one except for Winsor. So.
Yeah, I can try it on that as well.
Okay, as you approach the exit entrance, as you approach the threshold to the outside world, the threshold to just beyond the grave or the ambush point of the mercenaries with Vangalore, the massacre site of the Quasars, you get a ping, Netra, of 2 machines outside around, close together, very close together. It's almost identified as one target. You hear the... Actually, give me, whoever's leading here, give me a perception check. Intelligence plus perception. Plus 1d10.
I feel like it's either me or Estrella since I'm on the gun and... Well, I don't know. Everybody's kind of looking outward.
Would one person get an advantage or just...
Yeah, I'd say one person could get an advantage, or everybody could roll.
I'd say I probably have the lowest perception in that case.
I don't know what perception. I don't have human perception. I have just
I'll do it.
regular perception.
Well, isn't it
What'd
just
you
a
say,
regular
human
perception?
perception? Or did you just say perception?
Intelligence plus perception.
No, it's not perception. I have a 5 on that.
Oh, you do it.
Oh. Right. Oh, yeah, my intelligence level.
And then roll it again.
Oh, that's 23, I think, right there. So. Yeah, that's lower, so 23.
Okay. You hear the slow hum of 2 machines as well. 2 mechanical, large components that seem to be collected into one area. To recognize the sound would be... I would say that you hearing the sound, you do not get a good feeling.
Like, that's not the sound of like a car engine or anything. That sounds like some Robotech, some Invid stuff. It's crazy.
Can I switch
out?
out?
It's not good. That's what I'm saying.
Can I switch out the casters for the electricity and P rounds?
Sure thing.
They may have fallen farther into despair. I'm not sure if this is, yeah. We'll see. We'll see. I guess I'm just not getting a good feeling from them yet.
So what are you doing? It seems like this is happening right outside of the threshold.
I could send a
entrance.
octopus out there. Blow it up right next to them. Knock out their electricity.
Is there like a camera on the clock so we can see what it's like out there, or no?
Can you see through your dummy thing?
Yeah, right? My ghost?
A small little cartridge landed inside of the entrance, and
Great.
just detonated in this incredibly vibrant flash that passes through and affects drastically all of your sensors, all of your senses. Go ahead and roll a... Actually, what would be the most?
This is Bangalore? No glorious stuff around
firing.
him. Kill him now.
I'm firing straight into the entrance.
He owes me 4 wheels and a mom.
Well, hold on. You need to
$20,000.
roll. Let me see.
The gun was already trained on the entrance.
Yeah, but it's to see whether or not you are just utterly blinded. I would say a will plus concentration. All of you.
You can go first.
17.
18.
20.
Yeah, that's right.
You go blind.
Oh.
You cannot you get these silhouettes that disperse pretty quickly as you cover your eyes right before you hear the clattering of metal on metal. And Astrea, you also hear the clattering of metal on metal. And you see just after the flash a big armed individual, 2 large arms just
I'm firing.
come in.
Blind or not.
And okay, go ahead and roll to attack
I'm gonna
at
yell.
disadvantage.
I'm gonna yell right in front of us for shoot fire! Fire!
Kill him!
And I'm shooting the EMP caster.
Okay.
Fuck.
You got luck. You got luck.
Well, it's just one of them was a natural 10,
Yeah.
but it's at disadvantage.
16 total.
16.
5-round burst.
You fire, and these 2 arms shift in front really quickly, and your rounds impact but do nearly no damage on these heavily armored, thick, and you recognize them as 0-1 arms. And they press forward, and they immediately go ahead and fire your round. Go ahead, and what were you doing?
I just told Tink to shoot ahead, but I mean, I guess since they're
Natural 10. 25.
Okay, you manage to... You see the arm thrust forward as as one is protecting their face, the other is just thrusting forward right in the direction of Bastion, about to detonate on impact. And you know how powerful these things can be. It has fully manipulated Bastion in the past. And not Bastion. This was your this was a random air car that you guys had taken, and it stops. It stops just before impact as you fire your EMP round, and their hands are still on their face as you just... It impacts their chest, and both arms stay in place.
Good.
You see the dark-skinned form. You see 2 arms, human arms, underneath. They're just trying to move the arms out to the side as you see just like... You see the eyes of Infinity. And you see that he's replaced his armor-plated back component with the arms of 0-1. Astrea?
What the? Oh, what is that? Oh my gosh! I'm gonna actually just get out of the car and go to him.
And he starts to like back up as his big ass arms just start to drag him backwards as you go and sort of like help him grab himself.
How? Wow! Obviously, you've seen better times, but it's good to see you.
Haven't we all?
So, don't kill him.
No, don't kill him. He just blinded you because he was happy to see you. Yeah.
You
It's
can't
like straight up
sneak
arming
up
like
on
octopus.
us.
He was about to basically die.
You see, you also see what look to be smaller orbs on the back, on his back, that are connected to the arms. And as he sort of like restarts, as they're powered down, he sort of like opens this chest compartment. It's not like a chest compartment as a cyborg. It's literally just a mechanism for controls for the arms. Resets them, repowers them on, and you see one of the arms sort of like shift in this very feminine like wrist goes limp, and he's like, why do you guys even treat us like this? I don't know, dear, as the more masculine arm starts to talk. Like, really, it's rude. You would treat your parents better than this, I would think. And
Oh, it's Sam and Sammy. Ooh.
and they just sort of fold themselves in front of Infinity as he addresses you all. Yeah, so, a lot's changed since you guys have been away. You guys got any stories to tell yourselves?
Is Mom here? Yeah.
She is, but
In the same condition as you, or what?
she's just outside. You might want to take a look.
And I guess I'll walk outside. Well, I'll listen to what he has to say, but then I'll walk outside after he's done.
He escorts you guys outside, and you see a collection of mounds.
Oh.
And you see small components of the holographic poles that masked the Quasar's camps. Small components of them are above each grave that shoot out a very Neon Genesis looking star around each one of deep blues and purples that seem to be ever shifting and glimmering, almost as though you're looking at actual stars.
They are stars. They're all stars.
And you see one large vehicle that seems to be Infiny's vehicle with multiple different components and additions. It's almost as though it's been turned into a semi with the different components of your Quasar family's additions. And you see right next to it a tow truck as Howlin sort of like,
What the?
Estrella!
Howlin made it?
Nitra! Oh, Edena and Tink! You all made it! It seems clear that these are the only two survivors, as you see hanging on Howlin's hook, his tow truck, the armless form of 01.
Good.
She's been ruined. She is a trophy of the Quasars at this point.
Good.
And Infiny says, if you guys are back here, that means and you're all still alive. Either you didn't find New Samarkand, or you've got something to tell me.
You've been everywhere, Dad. You've been everywhere.
Oh, we have stories.
A lot of drugs, though. A lot of drugs.
We took a lot of drugs.
Can I see? We're still blinded.
No, you're not still blinded. It was like you were blinded for a few seconds.
Oh, okay.
It's a flashbang. It's not a permanent retinal damage over. I've never actually been assailed by a flashbang, so I don't know how long those last. I only imagine just like Counter-Strike a few seconds, but
Well, a little bit more than that. Shall I recap?
yeah, the Wings of Liberty should be here soon, I guess. So let's recap.
Oh, would we see the Wings of Liberty in the distance?
if that's your current thought and that's your conscious sort of like, where would the Wings of Liberty be? You do, as you look past the large construct of the fallen space station, you do slowly start to hear.
Yeah, I guess I'd probably take this. Look, no fast movements, no like, don't try and kill it or anything, and you two be nice in the arms, I guess. So this is an important person coming. And then I guess
We'll show them the trailer that we got for them too.
Is that for us? Well,
Oh my god.
a little late to the party here, but oh man, aren't we just so very flattered? And it really is interesting to see this sort of like more feminine arm articulate, and a more masculine, I don't know, 1950, arm on the hip. And Howlin is just almost being taken advantage of by these arms. Like he's just like in the middle, just like, yeah, so this is the thing now.
Wait, hold on. Howlin also has these arms?
Howlin has created, and you start to see piled up in a lot of the refuge and wreckage that has not been added to Howlin's upgraded sort of semi Dyson. You see the shells of the two orbs. What you see on Howlin's back construct, remember when he had the articulating shield from his Dyson?
Mm-hmm.
Imagine in place of that one articulating shield, might have been two at the time, is two both of 01's arms.
Do you mean on Infinity?
Sorry, I keep
Yeah.
saying Tetra. I'm sorry. I'm so
So-
sorry. Infinity. On Infinite's back, he's wielding 01's arms, and the base of the arms, almost like the rotator cuff, is 2 micro versions of the AI cores that you had seen in this downed space station.
Okay.
So it is the mom and pop AI that he's asphyxed and is pretty much just taking him with him.
That's some handy
So
work. Hey.
is any work done to Howlin?
He showed himself inside of his vehicle and just sort of waved to you. It was unclear if any work has been done to him. He seemed like regular old Howlin.
Oh, okay, sorry. Just trying to picture everything. That's an interesting setup you got there.
Yeah, we didn't know if you guys would be back, and we're fixing our revenge. We're about to head into the storm. Vangalore, we have word, has taken up position in the tower. The dead center of the rad storm.
Speak of the devil.
We are headed there next.
They aim to, recruit those monkey creatures back there. Can't be good for anybody. So, 1, we're gonna kill that motherfucker. Is that right, Howlin? That's right! We're headed there. You caught us right before we were about to leave. Thank goodness it was you. We had no idea what was coming up that shaft. Second goal, change that motherfucker's, our winning mark on top of the tower. We're gonna change it to a real quasar sign symbol.
All right.
It will be our memorial.
Sounds fitting.
Kind of
We'll help you.
look around like which grave is Mom's grave? I guess kind of.
It would be very obvious. It's the largest one. It has all of the petals welded together to form this almost like dragon scale grave, with the pole extending from the top, the holographic pole that displays pretty much the quasar sphere of stars and colors, and pretty much the quasar sort of symbol that they displayed for their races. She is the one who is representing all of that here.
Awesome. Okay, I guess I go just say a few words in front of it. I guess just sit there like you never took me on any like mother-daughter trips, but we were in the car often, and I did enjoy those times with you. I'll just say that, and I'll take the feather blade out and just put it on her grave. Really.
Nice. And Infinity says, "You'll never know how big of a regret that was for her, but I can guarantee you, she thought that this last trip was a trip of a lifetime."
We were bonding him more, and then that happened. I just point to 01, I guess.
Yeah, I hope this doesn't bother you.
No, it's actually very refreshing. It's nice scenery.
Weapons of my enemy are my little friends.
You always have a flair for the dramatic, I guess.
That's what it means to be a quasar, Straya. And as he looks you up and down and is like, yeah. You're like
the glowing threads.
Yeah, the Luma threads, the solar robes, looks at all of you. Yeah, it looks like you guys have been through a hell of a time.
Plenty of drugs, which, by the way, do you have any tinks kind of worse for wear right now? I think he's a little
He's just,
angry,
like,
as if you can't tell.
bleeding from his eyeballs.
His eyes are just like, drugs. I mean, you guys had a big drug
could
bang.
use whatever you got.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of damage was done to the garden, but we were able to salvage some of our drugs. I mean, our herbal supplements from the wreckage. What do you need?
Everything you can pump into him, I guess, probably. Just
He's going through withdrawals and he's not very nice to be around.
Any upper, I guess I would say.
buffet.
Well, I mean, you're looking good right now because you have the refresh in you for an hour and a half. So, and they do, because they frequent the Radstorm. Out of pretty much all of the nomads, the Quasars are the ones that pretty much just didn't give a fuck about the Radstorm. They were kind of excited to go in, and so they were well prepared with different radiation protection, radiation meds, and so he just gives you a few different rad pills and says, you're gonna want to take one of these a day, and if the itching continues after a week, come see me again.
He had an itch before this, though. What about that?
I can't help him with that. That's that extends past my knowledge.
Well, thank you. Do we owe you anything?
Oh, and Edena and Howlin, and mainly Edena and Howlin, like, have this warm embrace, and Infinity was more of the caring parent, but was still never the very touchy-feely. Yeah. Like, that just wasn't a super thing in the Quasars, outside of Howlin, like, who's also even an outsider. But they have a warm reunion, and she goes, "Are you guys ready? I just met my parents a little while ago, and you guys are about to too." And you hear this continual.
Before that gets started, I'd like to introduce Adelon. Actually, we all just skipped Adelon. Like, oh, by the way, this is our friend in the Dain outfit as well.
I've heard, honestly, Estrella won't be quiet about you.
Somebody wouldn't be quiet in the car.
Hey, that's just I was trying to be lively company. You guys don't talk very much, so I had to compensate, I felt. But I've heard so much about you. Estrella let the entirety of New Samarkand know about the Quasars and your exploits. The wording tree now has a special segment for the Quasars. And it's an honor to meet you. I wasn't sure if you were alive or dead, just as Estrella wasn't either, so I can only imagine how she's feeling.
Just doing cartwheels in the background.
Just this, like twirling glow sticks from your Luma threads. And as the two heels sort of grind into the ground of the large form of the Wings of Liberty, muscle reaction, muscle memory, Infinity goes, "Positions! And you, the gun on, he hops into his super way fully armored semi Dyson, and you see the armor plates shift from the side, collect together into one central location. You start to see power well inside as it's aimed
Dad,
at.
Stop! And I just remember what I said earlier? The friend's coming, a big
Scion of the machine can't be trusted. What have they done to you, Estrella?
No, this is something else. This is something else. This actually helped us. This is actually like a safety mechanism of the machine, I guess you could say.
It's Adena's parents. They're good.
Come on, Infinity. Don't you trust us? As he thumbs the trigger, releases it, and the power starts to de-well.
Right. Sorry about that.
I don't have much to lose now, do I?
Sorry about that, Wall. We'll
don't
that cleared up. Yeah.
And at this point, at the reunion between forces, we will pick up next time on Sasapunks.
I go to shake the Wings of Liberty's hand and freeze frame.
Yeah, and the Wings of Liberty's eyes go from green to, as they're getting fired upon, instantly red and in a defensive position. And as Infinity's sort of welling cannon beam thing starts to de-energize, the eyes stay red for a little while longer as Edena sort of yells out, "Come on, stop kidding around!" The eyes go to a green once more. And that is where we'll pick up next time. In the exchange between forces and the plotting and plans for the next step to get to Robo City 16.
Scary stuff, huh?
Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for spending your valuable Thursday evenings with us. Remember to like, share, follow, subscribe, do all the things, tell the world about us and the Mortal Code's exploits. Just like fairies, the more people that believe and watch, the more powerful they become.
You have to clap
Yes.
at the end of our episodes.
Yes. It's not that valuable. As always, guys, thank you. And until fate next brings us together, and never stop playing role-playing games.
No witty comment this week.
No, you cut me off last time, so.
I'm
Feelings are hurt. Never again. Oh boy.
Alright, we're getting all of that in. Here we go.
Keep going. Round 2.
And